Now today we are going to continue with our lesson on ellipse. Alright, so in our previous video we talked about an ellipse when its center is at the origin 0, 0. So basically when the ellipse stretches horizontally, the general equation is given by x squared on what a squared plus y squared on what b squared equal to 1. And also when it stretches vertically, we have a squared divided by b squared plus y squared divided by e squared being equal to 1. So this is vertically and this is horizontally. Alright, and all this happens when the center is at the origin 0, 0. What if the center shift h unit on the x-axis, then k unit on the y-axis? So the center becomes hk. Now, when it happens like this, the general equation, when it stretches horizontally, changes to x minus h all squared divided by a squared, then plus y minus k all squared divided by b squared being equal to 1. Now the same way here, we have x minus h all squared divided by b squared plus y minus k all squared divided by e squared being equal to 1. So that is as simple as that. When it moves from the center, that's where we have this kind of situation. Alright, so that is, so let's see how is it going to be. Now previously when it stretches horizontally, we have our vertices being plus or minus a 0. Now at this point it moved from the center. It has moved from what? The center. What happens here? What are we going to get here? I want to get our vertex being what? H plus or minus a, then what? K. So when you add, you see that that coordinate is 0. Add 2, you are going to get what? K. Now when you have, now what will be the co-vertex? You see that when it was at the center, the co-vertex will be 0 plus or minus b. And remember this when it stretches horizontally. Now at this point it will change to h. Then what happens next? We have k plus or minus b. That is a co-vertex. Now what will be our focus or the foci? You see, when it's at the center, we have, if it is at the center, we have it when it stretches horizontally. You see that we are going to get something like plus or minus c0. Now at this point, it will change to h plus or minus c, then have what? K. Yes. Just add it to it. This is what you are going to get. Now, and this is from what? The major axis, and this from the minor axis. What if with the same, let's go to that when it stretches horizontally, the vertices, so when it stretches vertically, sorry, you see that we have x minus, we have x minus h all squared divided by b squared plus y minus k all squared divided by a squared equal to 1. Now when it stretches vertically, look at this. You see, initially when it's at the origin, we're having our vertices being 0 plus or minus a. At this point it will change. I'm going to get h k plus or minus what, a. Then we have co-vertices. See that should have been when it's at the origin. We are going to get something plus or minus b 0. So when it shifts from the origin, there's going to be h plus or minus b, then what, k. Yes. So the focus will be, so our foci will be, you see, initially when it's at the origin, we are going to get, so this is vertically, when it's at the origin, we have 0 plus or minus what, c. Now shift from the origin. Now it is now going to be what, h k plus or minus what, c, and that is that. Okay, so let's take an example on that. Let's see how we are going to solve that. So our first question says identify the coordinate of the center. So we have to identify the coordinate of the center, vertices, and foci. Hence, graph the ellipse. So we have to graph. Alright, so the ellipse is x minus 3 all squared divided by 16 plus y minus 2, y plus 2 all squared divided by 25 equal to 1. Now, in this case, this one is in what form? Now, when this one is bigger than this, so A is greater than B, it means that this is A and this is going to be what? This A squared and this what? B squared. So when this happens, it is in the form x minus h all squared divided by b squared plus y minus k all squared divided by what? A squared being equal to 1. So when this happens and it stretches what? Vertically. This stretches what? Vertically. It stretches vertically. So by comparison, you can see that our center, which is HK, will be, so comparing this to this, we are going to get what? 3 negative 2 as our center. Okay, now the vertices. So to do that, we need to get our A and B and also C. Now by comparing, our A squared is equal to 25. It means that our A is what? 5. Then B squared is equal to what? 16. So our B will be equal to what? 4. And we say that C is equal to what? So C squared is equal to A squared minus what? B squared equal to what? So this is going to give us root of 25 minus what? 16. Then we get root 9, which is going to give us what? 3. So our C is 3. 3. Now we said that when it stretches horizontally, this is vertically. The vertices is going to be h, k plus or minus a. So vertex h, k plus or minus a. And this is going to give us what? Do you know our h? Our h is 3. Then we have k being what? Negative 2 plus or minus a is what? What is our a? A is what? 5. And this is going to give us 3. So negative 2 plus 5 will give us what? 3. And 3, negative 2 minus 5 will give negative 7. That is for the vertices. Okay. Now, let's see. So, the co-vertex, this should have been, is going to be what? H plus or minus B, K. And this is going to be let's see. Do you know our H? Yes. For comparison, we got our H here, which is 3. So 3 plus or minus B. B is 4. And our K is what? Negative 2. And this is going to give us 7, negative 2. And negative 1, negative 2. Negative 1, negative 2. That's for the co-vertex. Okay. So what happens next? Let's see for our foci. So we have the foci like this, which is supposed to be H when it stretches vertically. So we have H, K plus or minus C. And our H is what? 3. K is negative 2 plus or minus C. C is what? 3. Then this gives us 3. We have 1 and 3, negative 5. Okay, so we have all this. We can easily graph our ellipse. We know our center as what? 3, negative 2. So let's go straight. We have this here, this here. Okay, so let's see our center. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let's see our center is what? Let's go back and check. This is our center, 3, negative 2. So we have 3, negative 2. 3, negative 2. It should be here. This is our center, 3, negative 2. Now we know our center. Now let's look at the vertices. The first one we had 3, 3 and 3, negative 7. 3, 3, 3 and 3, negative 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This should have been here. This should be here. Let's extend this. Okay, let's see. Now we have the co-vertex being 7, -2, -1. So 7, -2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, -2. To be here. 7, -2. 7, -2. Plus 7, -2. Okay. So this is 3, 3. Then we have -1, -2. So -1, -2. So we have that one there. -1, -2. Now, how is it going to be? Let's join them and see. So we have the ellipse being in the form like this. So pass through this point. Sorry. This is how it should be. Okay. So with the center, this can easily graph our ellipse. So it's quite simple. Sometimes too, the ellipse can be given in a more general form. Then you have to complete the squares to write it in the standard form. Then you can use that one to compute whatever you are asked to do. So, for example, it can be given in the form. It can be given in the form ax squared plus by squared plus cx plus dy plus e being equal to what? 0. So it can be given in this form. For example, if we have the ellipse x squared plus 4y squared plus 6x minus 8y plus 9 equal to 0. Now when you have this, you can complete the squares to write it in the standard form. Then you can easily solve. So we can do this. So you can complete the squares for the x and also for the y's. Then, so let's see how it's going to be. So we have this, we can group it x squared plus 6x, then we have 4y squared minus 8y plus 9 equal to 0. Okay, so in this case, we have to make sure that this is what? 1. The coefficient of y squared is what? 1. So we can decide to write or factor 4 out here. So you have x squared plus 6x plus 4 out, y squared minus 2y plus 9 equal to 0. Okay. Alright, so we have this. Okay. So we can do that. Let's see. How is it going to be? Okay, so we have this here. X squared plus 6x. So add and subtract the square of the coefficient. Half of this, so is 3 squared minus 3 squared. Then plus that one here. We have y squared minus 2y. Then add and subtract -1 squared minus -1 squared, then plus 9 equal to 0. And this is going to give us, we have the first three terms here will give us x plus 3 all squared minus 9. Then we have plus 4 here, and the first three here will give us y minus 1 all squared, then minus 1, then plus 9 equal to 0. Okay, so let's see how it is going to be. Alright. So we have this here. You can decide to write this one. X plus 3 all squared. Let's expand this. We have 4 y minus 1 all squared minus 4, then plus 9 equal to 0. Can have x plus 3 all squared plus y minus 1 all squared equal to 9 minus 9 plus 4. Then we have 4 other side. So this is going to give us x plus 3 squared plus y minus 1 squared equal to 4. Can we divide through by 4 so that this place become what? 1. So we are going to divide through by 4. We have 4 here, 4 here, 4 here. Then we have x plus 3 all squared on 4 plus y minus 1 all squared on 1 equal to 1. Yes, so this is the general form. So by comparison, we can see that this is in the form x minus h all squared divided by a squared plus y minus k all squared divided by b squared equal to 1. So by comparison, we can see that our center will be what? Our center will be -3, 1. Yes, -3, 1. So that's it. It's quite simple when it comes to this type. So you can be given in the more general form like this to write it in the standard form. What you have to do is just complete the squares, then it becomes easy for you to compute, to put it in the form, the general form of the, or put it in the standard form of the ellipse. Then you can easily compute whatever you are asked to do. Thank you for watching.